Hello everyone, welcome to Jagran Public School Noida. In this session of class 9 physics, we will do the exercise solution. So let's start with our chapter, that is force and the laws of motion. This is part 9, and in this part we will do the conservation of momentums questions and some your exercise questions. So now start with the page number 126 and 127 of your textbook. These are the question over there. If action is always equals to the reaction, explain how a horse can pull a cart. So if action and reactions both are equal with each other, means this is the third law of motion, then every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So how a horse can pull a cart, but cart will not pull a horse. So in this case, the horse exerts a force on the ground with its feet. And the same time, the ground exerts an equal and opposite force on the feet of the horse, which enable the horse to move forward. And the cart is pulled by the horse because the force which is applied by the horse is much more than the force which the ground is applied on the feet of the horse. Explain why it is difficult for a fireman to hold a hose pipe which eject a large amount of water at high velocity. So it is difficult for a fireman to hold a hose pipe, that is water pipe, through which water is coming out with a high velocity, because according to Newton's third law of motion, water applies an equal and opposite force on the hose. For this, the fireman hold this hose, he must apply a force on it to overcome the force applied on the hose by the water. Since the water which is coming out, if for the hose to eject a water at high velocity, force must be applied on the water. That is, with the help of pump, a water is coming out with a very high velocity and with a very high force. Simultaneously, the water apply equal and opposite force on the hose. So the fireman hold a hose with a great force. Now move to the next one. From a rifle of mass 4 kg, now this is a question of third question of that page. From a rifle of mass 4 kg, a bullet of mass 50 gram is fired with initial velocity of 35 meter per second. Means a rifle of mass 4 kg, that is your M1. A bullet of mass 50 gram, convert into kg, that is 0.05 kg. With initial velocity, that is fired with a velocity of 35 meter per second. Now initially, rifle and bullet was on rest. So U1 and U2 must be 0. Take this, U1 and U2 is 0. And in the second case, velocity of the bullet change from 0 to 35 meter per second. You have to calculate V1, that is recoil velocity of the rifle. This you need to calculate. This is your V1. It is given V1. V2 is the velocity of the bullet, that is change from 0 to 35. Now according to the law of conservation, you can start with this also, but you can start with this, that also, that we did, that M1 U1. Try out if U1 and U2 is considered as 0. If both are 0, then what would be the equation? M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equals to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. When you will put, the same solution will be there and you will get the answer. V1 is this. You can do like this also. You can do with the whole formula. So 4 kg is M1, 50 gram is M2. In both the case, U1 and U2 is 0. 35 is your, that is V2, velocity of the bullet, that is changed from 0 to 35. You need to find out the recoil velocity of the rifle. Now, the next question. Two object of masses 100 gram and 200 gram, that is M1 and M2, are moving along with the same line and the direction with the velocity of 2 meter and 1 meter, that is U1 and U2. After the collision, the velocity become 1.67, that is V1. Now you have to calculate V2. If you do not know that which direction after the collision the objects are moving, in that case, you always take positive between the formula, because we don't know either it is going towards the left or it is going towards the right. So the formula is this one, M1 U1 and M2 U2 is this. Everything is given, M1 is given, M2 is given, U1 is given, U2 is given. You have to find out V2. Just substitute everything, you will get the answer. V2 is this. So from the question, you just identify this is your initial velocities and this is the final velocity of one object, that is V1. You have to calculate V2. Calculation you must do by yourself, that would be better. Now the next question is your exercise, back exercise question number 11. Till 10 we are done. Two objects, each of mass 1.5 kg, are moving in the same straight line, but in opposite directions. So here it is given two objects. That is given. Two objects, one is this, one is this, both having 1.5, 1.5, moving opposite direction. So if the direction is opposite, so in this case, we will write the minus sign. That is M1 U1 plus M2 U2, and there is a minus in between. There is a minus. So this is your initial momentum. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision, and during which they stick together. Means when they collide, they stick together. So this is 1.5, 1.5 stick together. And when the two objects stick together, their velocity become single, that become V. Now the equation is M1 V1 plus M2 V2, this one, this is the final momentum. The is 3V. Now substitute 0 is equals to 3V or V is equals to 0. V is equals to 0 shows that after collision, the object will be at rest. Means the two objects 1.5 kg each, which are moving with velocity of 2.5, when they collide and they become stop, they become rest. So this is the, when the V becomes 0. So after collision, before collision, and just put both the equations equal, you will get the answer. Now the next one is a theoretical question. According to the third law of motion, when we push an object, the object pushes back on us with an equal and opposite forces. If the object is massive truck parked along the roadside, it will probably not move. A student justified this by answering that the two opposite and equal forces cancel each other. Comment on this logic and explain why the truck not move. Why the truck not move? Because of the mass of the truck. If the mass is more, the inertia is too high. Inertia means the inertia is the property of an object which oppose the changes of motion, state of motion or state of rest. So the mass of the truck is too large, hence its inertia is too high. The small force exerted on the truck cannot move it. Means the force which you are applying to change the state of rest of the truck, means the force which you are applying to change the state of rest of the truck is not sufficient. For the truck to attain motion, means to bring the truck into motion, to bring the momentum in the truck, and large amount of unbalanced force is needed on it. If you are applying a force, that is not sufficient to move it. Done? So this is the logic and explanation why the truck does not move. The truck does not move because truck has a large mass. If the truck has a large mass, it has a much more inertia. Inertia is a property of an object which opposes its changes in its state of rest or motion. So the truck will not move for your force. For that case, you required a large amount of force, unbalanced force, to bring the momentum in the truck. Now, the next one is, again, there is a question. A hockey ball of mass 200 gram and traveling at a 10 meter per second. So this is M1 and this is U1, is struck by a hockey stick so as to return it along its original path with a velocity of 5 meter per second. This is the V. If M is mass of the ball is 200 gram, ball is traveling with the velocity of 10 meter per second, and when it is struck by a hockey stick, वापस अपनी position पे आ गई ball with a velocity of 5 meter per second. Calculate the change in momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. So 200 gram is the mass of the ball. Initial speed of the ball is 10. Final speed is -5. Minus, why it is minus? Because it is changing the opposite direction. So initial momentum is m into u. Final momentum is m into v. And change in momentum is difference in the momentum. That is initial minus final, and this is your 3 kg. That is the change in momentum of an object. So you have to find out the change in momentum. The question is, what is the change in momentum of an object? Change in momentum is you have to find out the initial momentum and the final momentum and subtract it. Okay. I think you understand all these, able to understand all these questions. Now the next question of your textbook is question number 14. In this question, a bullet of mass, that is 10 gram, here just write bullet of mass 10 gram, traveling horizontally with a velocity of 150 meter per second, that is s minus 1, strike a stationary wooden block and come to rest in 0.03 second. Means mass is 10 gram, moving with u 150 meter and come to rest. Come to rest means v0 and the time is 0.03. Calculate the distance. You have to calculate s, this one. And for this s, m is known. M is not needed right now. U, V and T, you know. So from U, T and V, you can calculate the acceleration. If the acceleration is calculated, now you can calculate the S with the formula V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. From this S is the distance. Now calculate the force. So formula of force is m into a. Mass, you know, this is 0.01 kg and acceleration is being calculated as this. So multiply both, you will get the force is 50 Newton. So in this question, mass is given, initial velocity is given. This is your initial velocity, this is your u. Here it is up, that is u. Final velocity come to rest is written. This shows that v is 0 and the time is given this. This is your time. It is your time. You have to calculate S, A, and F. Now move to the next question. An object of mass 1 kg traveling a straight line with a velocity of 10 meter per second collide with and stick to a wooden block of mass 5 kg. So if it is stick with a wooden block, the mass becomes 6, 5 plus 1 is 6. Then they both move off together in the same straight line. So initially is V1 and final is V2. Initial momentum is equals to final momentum, that is M1 U1 is equals to M2 U2, and you will get the answer. Everywhere there is a momentum question, mass is given, initial velocity is given, another mass is given, another velocity is given. So by this you can calculate the velocity of the combined object. Now this is a theoretical question again. Akhtar, Kiran, Rahul were riding in a motor car that was moving with a high velocity on an expressway when an insect hit the windshield and got stuck to the windscreen. Akhtar and Kiran started pondering over the situation. Kiran suggested that insects suffered a greater change in the momentum as compared to the change in momentum of the motor car. Akhtar said since the motor car was moving with a large velocity, it exerted large force on the insects. And as a result, the insect died. So Rahul is the third one, while putting an entirely new explanation, and said that both motor car and insect experience the same force and the change in their momentum, the same force and a change in their momentum. So who is right out of these, Akhtar, Kiran and Rahul? So Rahul might be right. Rahul gave the correct explanation that both the motor car and the insect experience the same force and change in their momentums are same, because for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. That is initial momentum before collision and final momentums are equal. The equal force is exerted on both the bodies, but the mass of the insect is very small, so the inertia would be small and it will suffer a greater change in velocity. So the insects will stop, not the car will stop. If the car and the insects collide with each other, who will stop? The insects will stop. Means that velocity of the insects will change, not the velocity of the car will change. Because the mass of the insects is very small, so the inertia is very less and very less force is required to change the motion of an object. Inertia is the property which opposed to change the motion of an object. So here the inertia is very less, very small mass, so the velocity can be changed very easily. So now the 18th question is, how much momentum will a dumbbell bell of mass 10 kg transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of 80 centimeter? Means if a mass of 10 kg fall from a height means u0, and it travel a distance of 80 centimeter. Acceleration is given this. You have to find out what momentum, that is m into v. So out of this mass, height, acceleration and you need to find out v, because when you calculate v, then only you can calculate the momentum. So this is all your 18 question of your textbook, which you have to do in your fair copy when you will get back. And after that, there is some multiple choice question which is given. You have to solve it. This is 5 and this is next 5 question, that is total 10. First do it by yourself and then the answer will be here. Just check your answer and just match your answer which is correct, but try to do the multiple choice by yourself. So thank you everyone. Just go through the video and try to understand that. Goodbye and have a nice day. Thank you once again.